Oh, did it again. I don't know why. I gotta put that on with everybody. StreamYard. Hey, gang. Welcome to Friday afternoon, Doggy Traders. Friday evening now, Doggy Traders. Yes, I have a band-aid on my head still. Yes, I'm wearing glasses. That is going to be the new me moving forward. I am now, and I don't mean to over dramatize this, but now as a result of what's been going on with my dermatologist and what's going to be happening on Monday, um, I got to learn to turn the right way. That can actually come off later. I'm leaving it on for right now. There's another one. Well, first of all, there's the obvious thing. I now am officially in the Four Eyes Club. I have glasses. Those are for distance. I don't need them for today because everything here is way too close to each other. But that is something that's going to be in my life forever, as will this. Especially being here in Florida. I'm in the sun, been in the sun a lot, whether it was baseball or law enforcement or whatever. I now have small portions of skin cancer that will be removed on Monday. And of course, there'll be an ongoing relationship with this dermatologist who's not far from here. But yeah, that's it. You're going to see more bandages on me in the near future, just for that same reason. Any rate, today we're going to be talking about the debt ceiling, and we're going to be doing it at all of these locations. Always, the four corners. We're actually combined today. With this brand, Talk TV 24. That's where my Wednesday podcast is. It's pretty much more about politics and life versus today, which is about crypto and finance and Forex, and now also real estate investing, where there's a thing that's going to bring us both together for today. And that's today's topic of being the debt ceiling. Apparently there was what they're carting as a big development today, in that the Republicans walked out, which really, I don't think is a surprise. There's certain things I think the Democrats could be doing a little bit better too, but we'll talk about that. At any rate, let's get caught up here. Back to the social media. That is where you can follow us anywhere you want to be at Doggy Traders. And up the middle, our Wednesday show is coming to this. Let's switch that way so I can poke my head through a little bit. Yeah, so our Wednesday show is also getting on most of these. We are in the process right now. All I can say is we're in the process of discussing. We're still talking about, in fact, I just talked to these folks today that are going to get us into television, all of these different platforms, but also now two other conversations started all this week. On Sunday, I got a text message from somebody. All I can say right now, because of a non-disclosure agreement, is someone from a very large U.S. newspaper is interested in Up the Middle, my Wednesday podcast. And now also a radio, just in addition to the television, a radio distributor is also interested. So TV, and when we say TV, it's not all that sexy in that, we're not looking at cable, and I really don't want that, because there's so many. That's what we've been talking about with these other distributors. There's so much other potential happening with media, with journalism, and with technology that it's going to kind of cut the big guys out a little bit. So just looking at the script that I was talking earlier about, doing a little bit better with following. When we number these, it's by the date. So two digits for the year. 230519 is today's number. Also, for Up the Middle, this is episode 2B, if that means anything to anybody, because episode 2 was on Wednesday, and that's the usual day for every day. This is going to be 2B, so we can keep on, by a weekly type of schedule. So we have a deadline coming up. It is June 1st. That's for the Treasury Department and the U.S. government's finances and what is known as the debt ceiling. June 1st, we don't have enough money based on how we are agreeing to spend the money. This is a very watered down version of the whole thing. But as of June 1st, we are going to be in default if we don't figure things out. Now, today is May 19th. As of yesterday, according to CNBC, both sides seemed hopeful. And that's saying something, considering that Speaker McCarthy has been much less than. I'll slide over a little bit and we'll put him up now. Speaker McCarthy has been much less than complimentary of the Biden administration. I think that's kind of, by necessity and by design. This is his usual, or his recent quote. We've got to get movement from the White House, and we don't have any movement yet. Basically, that's what he said today, which makes absolutely no sense because, there you go, because as of yesterday, things were great. And that was from everybody in the GOP. Things were great. So now all of a sudden, they walked out today of talks, and yeah, that was sorry. I'm reading some notes. I want to make sure that I get everything. McCarthy is now calling the Biden administration unreasonable, when yesterday things were awesome. Now all of a sudden, one day later, we're unreasonable. And that's what's just not making sense. And I get this, I see this from the Republicans all the time. I live here in Florida, and our governor says how he's keeping Florida free. Yet he's literally banning books that parents should be able to decide whether or not their kids read. I don't understand how that's free. And the Republicans just don't seem to stop talking out of their mouth. What I don't like about the Democrats is they're letting them do it, meaning that they're not calling them out on it and not putting some sort of stop to it by publicly. Their politics has this thing where, oh, we got to play nice with each other. And then, they do shit like, allow George Santos to be on the floor when he's already, a lying piece of shit, and it's been proven. How is this guy's election allowed? So we see some, some of the same thing from the Republicans or the GOP is, first of all, grand old party is what GOP stands for. When that came in, that's going to be a tangent and I'm going to just stop. But when that came in, it was not a good thing for non-whites. And yet they still actually allow themselves to be, but they're not racist or anything. So, yeah, no, again, we're not talking out of both sides of our mouth at all. Yeah, so McCarthy's saying that he needs movement. Fox is saying that and here again, Republicans are sticking to their position of wanting to increase defense spending, which is the largest portion of overall discretionary spending. Okay, they want cuts, but they want increases, and that's by more than half. They have also vowed not to cut federal dollars going to veterans. Well, there's Fox News. There's the right reporters, because the Dems have said the same thing. In fact, they don't want cuts. The Democrats don't want cuts from a lot of these different sides, especially veterans. But they also want things, Social Security, be stabilized, and so many other programs that keep the everyday working person active and funded. And so Fox is making this read like when they also vowed not to cut federal dollars going to veterans. We're talking about the Republicans. They're making it sound like the Democrats are willing to cut that, and that's not true. That's not true. That's not even close to true. And that's Fox News. CNN reported that the meeting was brief and like, well, hello, what's today? It's Friday. Of course, it's going to be brief today. And as a result, it's going to provide the Republicans for this grandstanding thing. Oh, well, we walked out. That's because you went to lunch at the White Elephant or any of the other places you like on Capitol Hill, where that one senator said you can find 100 senators in a day. You can't find 100 senators in the chamber of the Senate, let alone in a restaurant. But anyway, Representative Dusty Hill, or sorry, I'm thinking I'm thinking of the rocker that just died from not Dire Straits, but Oh, damn it. My uncle's going to kill me because that's his band. But Representative Dusty Johnson said he thinks a deal is still possible by early June, but we're in bad shape. Yesterday, things were great. We can still get a deal by June, but we're in bad shape. This is the drama that these knuckleheads pull on. Biden needs to decide if he wants a deal or not. Okay, yeah, no, because he doesn't want a deal. He wants to be, the next president to see a shutdown. These statements don't make sense, and it's party wide. We're not just talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert, who, by the way, Miss Family Woman is up for divorce, or even the Orange Cheeto knucklehead. It's everybody. It's rampant. So yesterday things look good. Today we're at a deal is still possible, but we want to cause drama anyway, and that's basically what we got with the Republican Party. Joining us to talk about that and the direction that the cryptos could go in, good friend of ours, Lars Graaf. Lars, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we talked about this before we went on the air, and I'll just let you say it. What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to pull it out? Are we going to fix this, or what's going to go down?
They have to pull it out because
Why is that?
otherwise,
Why is that?
we're going in a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably. I think we've been, but I think that's probably one of the probably one of the best ways to say deep rabbit hole is that we've been going into that, I think. And it's just like, no, let's not worry about getting out of it anymore. Let's just make ourselves comfortable here until we have to go deeper.
Yeah. True.
Well, two scenarios then. My whole thing about, everything that they've been saying is that they put in this, they bring the drama out and put in this certain level of like immediacy that we got to get this done now, which would be nice because I guess they don't have a calendar on Capitol Hill, that they always wait till this last minute. But the two scenarios that we got with what do we got left? Roughly about a week and a half. Roughly about a week and a half left in the month of May before we hit that debt ceiling and it comes crashing down like my thumbnail showed. One of the two things that can happen is we come to an agreement, we increase the debt ceiling, and that just basically kicks the can down the road.
We will probably hike with another $500 billion.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be huge enough because,
and then they turn the printers on and there's more money. So we get more inflation and etc.
And then there's that. So they come to some sort of agreement, however, deep it takes us, or both sides decide they're going to dig their heels in, which has been done before. We've had shutdowns. What does that do?
Some banks won't be happy then. I will say that.
I'm sorry, I talked over you. Say it again.
So some banks will not be that happy at that
right.
point if they don't increase the debt ceiling.
Because I think, do you see the value of Bitcoin increasing now or in the event that there's no agreement made?
If there is no agreement, it's in my eyes not possible. But if we don't see it, the Bitcoin will shoot up probably.
Yeah. So
but Bitcoin was never in this situation. So you have to look at it that way too.
So you're saying historically Bitcoin has not been to a debt ceiling crisis the way it is now?
Yeah. It was made after 2008 because of the crash.
Right, but there's been shutdowns since then. I know because I wasn't paid during one of them. And I wish I had that info when those last ones were. We'll have to look at that again next week. But I've worked through shutdowns and got paid on the retro that they said, which was awesome because that got me taxed twice. I mean, leave it to the federal government on methods to take away money from people who don't have any in the first
Mhm.
place. Um, I was taxed. How was there was like a bare minimum that we were paid,
Mhm.
and then if we were paid overtime or if we were working overtime during that shutdown, which when I was in Washington D.C. and all we did was protection, there was plenty of it.
Yeah.
We weren't paid for that right away, and then we were paid later.
So you don't get a check or something like that?
Well, we did get like a bare minimum check, like our base salary,
Hmm.
but the other things that we get for being in federal law enforcement and basically, I don't know if you remember the 2008 campaign. Hillary Clinton had a television commercial with her telephone ringing at 3 a.m,
Yeah.
and the question was, "Who do you want answering the phone?" Well, our phones ring at 3 a.m, and we
Hmm.
have to answer whether we're being paid or not. And that was kind of
So
the
you're always on duty.
yeah. I mean, fortunately, those days are gone. But um, so you had said when you were on our show before,
Hmm.
with 2023, we can pretty much hold off until this coming fall to really start making purchases in crypto to hold to long.
Hmm.
Are we still in that environment, or can we start buying now, or is it going to come back down again?
Same situation because the dollar will probably go up again,
Okay. So
and
you
that's
think,
not good for cryptocurrency.
right? Yeah, because it's going to gain strength against it. Um, so you think that's going to come down, but I mean, obviously, there's nothing to hold you to. But do you have like a season, or like with fiscal quarters? What
It's
do you think it's
mostly
going to
in the summer area because not everyone is looking at the markets,
be? Okay.
and that's mostly the time they do crazy things.
So you think September is going to be a good time to have it buy, or is that when you start buying?
I'm currently not buying. I'm buying bonds currently.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's one of the things I'm actually going to be cashing out tomorrow, um, or a Monday. Okay. So, but I know you said that when it hit some lows earlier,
Mhm.
as long as 6 or more months ago, you had said
I said it a year
go.
ago, and it was
Yeah.
almost at the bottom, and then I bought some, and now it's back up.
Right.
And we will go around. I said then, so back then I said we go to around $800 billion, and then we go get another push down.
You're talking about market caps there, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what about like with the actual price? It's in like the 27s to 29s right now for big.
Mostly around 30 because a lot of retail people will go back in the markets.
Okay. But you're still saying hold off because it's going to come back down?
I'm personally only trading it and not
Yeah.
really holding.
Right. Okay. And then if you do hold, do you ever switch it over to a stable coin, let it drop,
Mm,
and buy it
I
back?
don't really trust any stablecoin currently,
Okay. Yeah, I know
so
Tether had
I
their
put
Tether in
I
there
put
for a
it in
while.
NFTs
Okay.
and I can hold it that way
Oh, wow.
because NFTs can go still go up and your price will also can go up.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me more about that because I haven't jumped on the NFT bandwagon yet.
Mhm.
Um, and and that and the metaverse are the two things that I'm not really. I mean, the metaverse just seems like a video game to me. Uh,
It's sort of it is.
and I just don't know. But I mean, I said the same thing about Bitcoin back in
Mhm.
2010, and I'm kicking myself ever since. So, all right, well, yeah, business as usual on the hill.
Mhm.
Don't be buying cryptos just yet. Let this all play out, and when it does, Lars will have you back.
Yes. Do you want to
Next.
know some facts about last week?
Yeah, give it to it.
So I have to read this up, so don't judge me on that.
Okay.
Did you know that the federal balance sheet was decreased by $17.6 billion last week?
Yeah, so that's the increase of the debt.
Yeah.
So
Did
that's
you
mostly all
also
interest too.
Did you also knew that the U.S. bank emergency borrowing fell another $9.2 billion, and now it's currently at 139.5 billion.
Right. I knew that none of this is getting any smaller.
True. Did you also knew that the discount window, so the DWE, or I don't know how to say it, but it's something you can borrow. You can borrow cash.
Can you
It
share your
fell last
screen by any
week.
chance?
No, I can't
Okay.
because it's a personal tax, and that person don't want to be.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It fell to 2.1 billion, and it's currently at 6.7 billion dollars. What's another interesting thing? The borrowing from the Fed foreign internal monetary policy, the FIMA. I don't know if that's something you know. It's
It's from the Fed and which is technically not a government agency, but it
yeah,
is. That's so fucking stupid.
yeah. They borrow money out.
Right.
It fell by $30 billion.
Yeah.
And did you knew that it was 40 billion? So it's only $10 billion left
Right. Yeah. So thanks for
in
screwing up my
in
weekend.
in just 1 week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
This is why I didn't want to get back in the political shit.
Yeah, it's
'Cause I
crazy.
hear stuff like that, and I just wanted to like go to Belize and not come back.
Yeah, I knew it. The last thing is you probably know JP Morgan.
Oh yeah.
They have the strongest Q1 earnings in history.
Yeah. Shocker.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. And that's about it. Yeah, that's
Nice.
about it.
That's it, because we're there's 23 minutes right there. Awesome. All right, pal. Well, we'll definitely be tracking Bitcoin,
Mhm.
and when it is ready to move, let me know, because I'm going to start buying pretty heavy.
Yeah, yeah. I will send you a text then.
Awesome. And we'll see each other on IML as well.
Yes. See ya.
Mindset Mondays. All right, man. Thanks for joining us, Lars Vandergraaf. You can follow him. I am Lars Vandergraaf. That's where at, Lars. That's for what?
Only Instagram currently.
On Instagram, IG. All right, that's his Instagram. There it is. I am Lars Vandergraaf, and I'm Yergz. We will see you Wednesday with there it is, Up the Middle, episode 3, found on Talk TV 24. That will be 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, and 23:30 Central European time, as well as, of course, 1 week from today, we'll be back with another episode, probably that time just Doggy Traders, hopefully. And that's it. Thanks for joining. We'll see you again. Music.